So this one will get to see firsthand. It happened in the mall. Did it happen here? This was I say it has to have happened here because in the bus for the criminals you saw in and around me. I was distracted. Hello, baby. So, lo and behold. Okay, so let this be a formal accusation about those over there. As the most likely suspect. Can I guarantee it? Well, as always, it's guaranteed. The fact is, this thing was literally in my bag outside. It was not just partially in my bag, it was fully in my bag. And then I passed it up. And then, I passed the thing and entered the bus. Baby, don't get in front of me. Baby, don't get in front of me. By the way, this is them again making peace and everything is fine and everything is wonderful. So, if you change this later, you're gonna see a very schizophrenic-like behavior from those cats. But for this, it's very straightforward, right there for you. So who the fact that homeless person uses to carry these things? Because they are already responsible for the other things being destroyed and destroy it. We're just uploading videos to YouTube. This one gets up as well. And again, that process much more difficult to tamper with, destroy, to everything, right? Google traces date, traces duration, traces everything. And even if it is technically scheduled, let's just say that if I was other type of if I was on the other side of the crime line, I wouldn't publish my crimes on YouTube even as a scheduled thing because I trust Google not to somehow get access to that and that somehow fall in the hands of law enforcement. Just saying. And even though the Google Drive itself is also incredibly unreliable, I would say that YouTube is just ever so slightly more exposed, which given that I am on this side of the law, at least the real law and being right, I would say very straightforwardly, hello baby, extremely strong smell marijuana coming up here from the back, be advised. As for then very much the right course of action. But compare, and the thing is, you start today, so you saw how they do things. Today, this video is crucial right now in comparison to before, in conjunction with the ones from the morning, and again, that's going to zip them together and put them in special clothing. Because the thing is, you see how they do this, you see how this came to be, right? Another thing, for what the driver said that, the very book definition of treating paid services as a paid, okay? I have 2 bags coming in because the other one's a backpack. You see people inside the buses regularly with way more than 2 bags. Is those bags slightly bigger? Yes, they're slightly bigger. And slightly is the worst because one of them is big, the other one is not. The only difference is that I go there on a regular basis, but I don't know if those people also do that. All I know is that I do. And also know, as you saw that today, I go to the space, doesn't really bother anyone. If nothing else, that's what they do. So just that's a very crucial key point. That's not a fake, that's a paid service for which we keep tracking videos and keep tracking their bank accounts. No, baby, get out of the trash. I'm gonna give you food. If you get out of the trash, I'm gonna give you the food now. So, yeah, as usual, the responsibility pass on to those criminals. But that is something that you're gonna see when you see the video from earlier. And seeing this, we have a confirmation for yesterday being also that criminal. And seeing that we filmed the face, cars coming in, as you see me pointing that in the back, not only that serves justification at this point, but because things like this used to happen, except instead of this, there are other types of crimes, including the drug crimes they release. You would imagine the justification in retrospect. But the price of $3, I say that's more than it's worth share. Which is how much this bag costs. But that's not the point though. As I said, the value of evidence is way more than the value of destroying the thing. The value of evidence is also to the expected idea. They're trying to strengthen me. The idea there is to force me not to do much things tomorrow. Let's say go to Paraguay or anything else, because to do that I will have to stop in a place to buy a new bag, for which is going to take me time and announce what I intend to do and everything else, which is the intention there. And rest assured that if so far have been generically pointed back based on evidence as witnessed today and the confirmed evidence relative to yesterday, now those things will be systematic. And it falls down to you guys, talking to the reporters, to segregate which ones are actually relevant. Okay, stay there. Let go. Everything I can inside. Oh, that's good. Again, for the record, even sharing a single bowl of food. So what you see the collapse from later, that's how they are when the drugs haven't got too much effect yet, guys. I think, that's the other explanation of that. It's a drastic psychological that it's like yesterday, it's like that. And then all of a sudden things change. And then I was it's very quick. All of a sudden you're fighting. Let's try. Okay, from there. For instance, right now, what is something right here? Come on, seriously? You wanna eat your mom? Meet your mom. Just don't pull the back. little Chunky doesn't want to get. Let's get out of it. Chunky, you managed to get a problem with your own food partner there. Yeah, it's possible to throw the anger drugs in here again, by the way. So, you got to see me realizing the harm that they did there to me. Inside the bus, you have me feeding them or rushing to feed them. And now is where they start putting the anger drugs in the air, causing anger, rage. And most importantly, I'm not sweating. I'm completely dry. Right here, in the chest, like you can even hear. I almost this dusty noise when I pass my hand on my chest, right? And as I'm telling, this thing there is not sweat. This is liquid. That's the liquid that they release in there. That is probably the method in which they deliver those drugs. Check the nickname. We need a real name. Very wise choice not to come here before. They're putting something in the air, which is going to be a constant reminder as I'm uploading those videos. The only thing I'm doing first is closing up everything. Just again, we're gonna close up everything, then we move on to the videos. And I want to film in detail this because this is the capital proof for this peculiar new change. Instead of being just generic and kind of doing that, what we're really not trying to. because honestly, they're just trying to get home. They're the ones going there to predate on me, and that's an underlying motivation to do so. Okay, they think that this is like, again, by all means, as they find the video that they recommended today, about the egregious thing that that woman said there about, whatever they think is gonna float in the end. For what it's worth, this is the crimes they do. Now, on top of all the other things, they also have this to contend to, as when opposed to the things that they believe were normal. You saw how it was in the end of the bus, because I was literally carrying this in my back. You saw how it is when they left, very slowly, no hurry, no rushing, no anything, and filmed. Of the criminal, especially the one close by to the back, which, by the way, remember I mentioned before that I don't trust particularly people close to me in the back? Well, retroactively, that serves a good explanation, right? It's not even retroactively, because it's after the crime is did to me. It's just before I said this to you on this. So again, looks like this fool. I could take it there to the other side, but instead here's good enough. This one is public tonight. This video gets public tonight. With the part, whatever part it is, because we're gonna do one by one, and it's gonna be a public video tonight with whatever number it is. In the end, with the other ones being released at future dates. There, you get to see this same bag in the morning, but it doesn't really matter, because you know what? You get to see this bag as I was leaving the mall in my back. So whatever happened to happen inside the bus, because by the time I climb in the bus with this thing in my back. So for the criminals who get to see inside the bus, that's what you get to see.